problem statement here states that we have to write a script program in order to create a phone book. There should be a feature to add a new name to the phone book, display all items that are matching to a name or phone number, sort the phone book by last name, and delete an entry. So basically, suggested format is we need to use tab separated fields. So first we'll create a file, touch phonebook.sh script file. Then we'll use nano in order to open phonebook.sh. Here the header hash exclamation slash forward slash pins forward slash bash. Now this has a list of tasks, so we'll have to create a menu for it for all the 4 tasks. And if we see the format would be somewhere like name space tab, and then maybe phone number, or we can have it this way, or we can have employee ID also. So for now we'll follow name and phone number in the phone book. So let's start by creating the menu. In the menu, I am going to first list the options that are available to the user. So for that, I'll say press \n, and then first is add new name, so that is insert record. Then I have the function where I can feature where I can display all matches to a name. So display match. Then I have the option to sort by last name, so I can have sorting. Then I have the option to delete an entry. That's all. So once we are done, we will read the choice. Say user enters 1, so we need to call the function to insert a record. User enters 4, we need to call the function to delete an entry. Now we'll read the choice and then the case for the menu. For case choice, now choice is a numeric value in. So now we have the option, say 1, 2, 3, and likewise. So for now, I'll be implementing star first, and this means any entry except the above listed options. So for that, I'll have invalid choice. So above we'll list all the options, and once we are done with that, we'll have 2 semicolons. ESAC, case in reverse, we'll write here as a closing sentence. So first thing is that we'll need a file for phone book, a txt file, where we'll have the items inserted in the format name and then phone number in tab separated format. So first we have to create the file, so we'll check if not file exists. So we'll have to first create a file name. Here file name equals to, without space we'll write the file name, without space in the sense after file underscore name, and in between equal to, will not have any space. So file name can be phone book. Here I can have space.txt. Okay, so in the if block, I'm checking if the file does not exist, that is not file, and then in quotes $file name closing. Then I have to create that file. So touch. Now we have to be very careful while writing in this case, as we have phone space book. So if we write just file name, then it will show an error. Okay, so we are creating. Now let us do control O, enter, control X, and check this code. So in Linux you can directly do slash dot slash phonebook.sh, that is forward slash, but here I'm using Windows, so I'll use this. Now the main thing is that the phone book is created. I'll delete the phone book for now because I want to enter a few details in it. So if we are creating the phone book, the one thing that we want to do is give it a header, a tab separated header. So echo, first thing is we need to have names, then I needed to recognize the special characters like backslash t and backslash n and all. So here I'll enter backslash t and then phone number. So this I want it to go to file name, dollar file name. So now I'll do control O, enter, control X, and let us run this. Now here we can see in phonebook.txt I got name and then phone number. Now let us do the further program according to our problem statement. What our problem statement states is we have 4 options. We need to display match, we need to sort, we need to delete an entry. So first thing first, we'll insert a record. So I'm creating a function named as insert. Now to insert a record, I'll have to check if a file exists. If file name, and then if the file exists, then what I have to do is I have to insert a record in it. So I'll say echo enter name, and I'll read the name, store it in a variable called as name itself, and then I'll do echo enter phone number, and I'll store this phone number also in a variable, and now I want to insert it in the file. So I'll do echo e because I want to use special character, then dollar name, that is a variable, then backslash t for tab, and then dollar, and then phone number for my variable. Okay, so this I want to insert in my file. So I'll write the name of the file. Done. So once I'm done with this, I can echo record entered successfully, record entered successfully, and I'm done with entering the record. So I'll close, I'll write an else block, that is I'll echo, first it is checking if file exists. So if file doesn't exist, it will write file doesn't exist. Okay, so we'll close the if block and we'll close the insert. Now in our menu I have to add the first option as insert. So I'll go here and call the insert function. Control O, enter, control X. Okay, so insert, enter name. So I'm saying XYZ is the name, phone number is some random digit, record entered successfully. Let us view this. I can see it. This is tab separated or space separated. We'll have to just check it once, cross check. Yes, this is tab separated record only, name and then phone number. Okay, so now let us enter another detail in it. Wait, one. So name I'm giving as A and phone number as series. Now this is separated by a tab. Again, if I'm giving a record as say K and maybe some number, then that is also entered. And again, if I'm giving say a larger name and then a phone number, then that is also entered accordingly. Okay, so we are done with one part of the problem statement, that is entering the details. Okay, then we have to display all matches to name or phone number. So for that, I'll open my file again, the script file again. You can use even VS Code editor, but it's better to do on terminal. Now I need to display, so I have the display function here. You can avoid commenting if you don't want, but this is for better clarity. So display function is here. So what I'll do is display all matches to a name or a phone number. So I'll say echo enter name or phone number. Now we'll read this as say input. When I'm given the input, what I have to consider is that a user might not always enter name as it is. Now it is small letter, this is lowercase. If it is entered in uppercase, it would have been the same name, right? So basically here when I'm searching, I'll be careful that I ignore the case. So for that I am using -I. Okay, so what I'm searching for is input. This can be name or phone number in my directory, in my file, and the file name is here. So if it finds some record, then what it does is echo record found, and then we have the record printed. So I can get the record printed also, and here we are printing the record. Now else block. See, if the record is not found, then what I have to do, record, I'll print record not found, this in the else block, and I'll end if. So this is all about the display function. You can have if file exist as another thing, another if for the nested ifs. So I'm done with insert, then I have to do display. I'll show this to you. Control O, enter, Control X, and then display. Enter name. So I'm entering XYZ. So yes, there is a record with XYZ, and it is printing twice. So I'll have to just change it here. Once it is searching and other time it is displaying. Let us try if we can use quietly here, like 2 arguments. Now display XYZ. Now it is just showing once record found and then the record. Okay, so Q is for quietly. Let me explain you once. Grep I is for case insensitive. So I'll do one thing, I'll add another record as XYZ, give a tab and write some random numbers here. Okay, so grep I, I'm searching in for XYZ in phonebook .txt file. Now it shows me both results. Say if I wouldn't have used I, then it would have shown me one result. I wouldn't have seen both the results here. Okay, so I'll delete the record that I have entered. Now similarly, if I use quietly here, then what it does, it does not print the output. It's just like true or false then. So I'll open the file again, and here we are done with two functions. Now the third one is sort the phone book by the last name. So in our phone book we haven't entered the last name for majority of the records. So I'll implement delete first, and we'll delete this, and then we'll add the last name. Okay, so delete function. Delete function is, in delete what we have to do is, say I want to delete a particular record, say this one, then I'll enter the name, and then what I have to do is all the other entities except the one that is matching should be copied to another file, which will be renamed as this file. So basically from this file, say I'm not copying this record and I'm copying all other records to some other file, and I'm overwriting this file with the content of that file. It sounds confusing, let me explain that again. Say I have a test.txt file, except this line I'll copy all others to that file, and then I erase the content of this file, and from test.txt I copy the content here. So what happens is that except that third line, all lines get copied. So I'll implement something similar here. Echo, enter the name or phone number. So I'm taking both, whatever way you want to give as input, so that is taken as a input. Now what I'm doing is, if grep quietly finds, if grep finds the input in the file, then what we have to do is we have to copy the content of this file to another file. So except the matching and except the one that is matching, I have to copy all the rest. So v ensures, dash v here ensures that the content except the matching one is moved to the other file, to temp.txt. Now once this operation is done, I want to move, that is rename temp.txt as our file name, which is a variable. Then I'll echo record deleted successfully. Okay, and then we'll, if this is not the case, then we'll echo that record not found, that is no matching name or phone number is present, and we'll end if and close this. So delete was our fourth option in the menu, right? So I'll add here as the fourth option, delete. Control O, enter, Control X. So I'll delete an entry, and here I have the name list. So I'll delete A. You can see that is being removed. Then what I'm going to delete now is XYZ. Then I'm going to delete K, and I have deleted all my records, so I'll delete the last record, that is I'll delete name. Okay, so Now I'm done with deleting everything from this. All the matching entities I've deleted from it. Now what I have to do is I have to insert the entities in it. So I'll insert it like XYZ and then some variable as the name and then a set of phone numbers. Again, the first name would be something and then there will be a last name and then a set of phone numbers. Again, inserting another record starting with A and maybe surname also with A, and then there are numbers. Okay, so I need to implement a script in order to sort it. So we'll use the sort function for this purpose. Here our phonebook.txt has all those names inserted into it. This just has a space, this doesn't have a tab here. So here is how we'll sort it. We have the sort function here. I'll do it like sorting as the function. Okay, so in this function I'll echo in sorting function what we have to do is we have to use a custom sort function. That is, we have sort, but then we have to enter the entity what we have to sort it on. So the terminator, here the terminator is a single space between first and last name. So based on that we have to sort the entities k2 and we'll write 2 and then where is it, so we have to give the file name. I'll explain you the syntax in a while. File name and then output also in the same file, and then I have to echo record sorted successfully. We'll cross check that, and sorting is something I'll add here. Third one, sorting. Control O, enter, Control X, bash. Okay, there is a syntax error. Let me just check where. Sort, then the parameter. Here we are missing the parenthesis here. So now Control O, enter, Control X. We'll insert a few records. So I'm inserting some names and then the phone numbers, a few more. This is another name and then a phone number. So now I am going to sort it. Observe the order: ABC, ABC. This also starts with A, then G, then J, then T. So it gets sorted here in our sorting version. Let me just show you the code. In the sorting function, what we have done is we have entered the terminator and then k2 means sort by second character, that is second value after the terminator, this one, and then the 2 is also for the second one. Now here file name is the name of the file in which we are sorting. Output is the is where we have to write the output. If I give a separate file name, it will create a sorted phone book kind of a different file in which the sorted output would have been stored. So now we are done with the implementation of all the 4 functions. Thank you.